Hello and welcome back to LovelyGirlieBits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I just left you high and dry for so long, but when I tell you life has just been so busy, in front of the camera and behind the camera as well. All good stuff, all good stuff. But lads, I'm so excited to get out and plant my bulbs. Now, let the records show that this day last year is the day that I planted my bulbs. And the plan of action was, do you remember in the last video, and I was like prepping for the bulb planting, and then just all hell broke loose, like with work. So I had a lot of jobs going on in the background, kind of photography client stuff, sponsored content. And I think I said in the video chatting about like my job and that I was trying to have more of a balance. And now in previous years, November and December has been crazy, especially in November. It's like, you know, with the lead up to Black Friday and everything and people starting the Christmas shopping that bit earlier, it's been crazy. And so I said to myself this year, I'm not going to go wild, I'm not going to take lots of jobs. And I didn't. I feel like I picked brands that I really love, that I've worked with before, that I've used before, but there was just a lot involved with everything. I think I've spoken before, like my office. I say my office, it's a tiny little box room. I use that for photography, and when that's set up, it takes up the room is so tiny anyway. And then when I have to do sponsored content, you have to like tidy it all away and put it on. It takes so long now. But anyway, so one second. So I could feel myself today getting like a little bit sniffy. So I have like an immune boosting drink that I'm going to drink before I go outside. So yes, today is bulb planting day. And you know what? I don't feel so bad because Catherine only did hers yesterday. We've been chatting about this for weeks, and it's just been bananas. I think, when did I see her last actually? The last time I saw Catherine was mid-November, because I threw myself and my sister's friend Fiona threw Joanne a baby shower, and she's due her baby soon, so we were like, yeah, let's have like a big celebration. So we had a gorgeous day out, so we're kind of getting that organised. And then Catherine, she made me a little what would you call, like a welcome sign for it. You probably have already seen it. If you haven't, I'll leave the video linked below. She's so good, she made it. So that was the last time I saw her, where we were just like having the chats. And then we were like, oh yeah, must do the bulbs. And so I know she's been under pressure with work, like same as myself, but no, it's been like a good work time. But I miss being out in the garden. Oh, I miss it. Now I do get my nature fix by going for walks in the park. I have like a park close to me, and actually I met one of you, I think your name is Miriam, and back in the summer I went to the park and they had the allotments open to the public, and I'll actually link it below because I took a little shot of this little area, like one of the allotments there, and I thought it was so cute. Like she had like little chairs and everything, and that's Miriam. So I was like walking along, do my walk, like no makeup, had my blue fleece on, my hair was wild with the wind. And she's like, that's my allotment. And I was like, no way. So such a small world. And at that time, Miriam, I said to you, I hadn't planted my bulbs. And that was probably 2-3 weeks ago now. And we're still here. But it's getting done today. I'm going to show you, there's still colour outside. There's still flowers outside. I just think it's mad. Then there is a bit of growth happening around the side of the house as well. The majority of my bulbs are alliums. I didn't realise how many I'd gotten until I was like organising the last time. And tulips as well. So tulips can go into the ground in December, that's fine. And I think alliums can go up until December, so it'll be fine. I think with the alliums it will just mean that they'll probably bloom a little bit later, but that's okay. But I'm excited. But anyway, how are you getting on? Do you have any news? And also, are you late planting your bulbs? Yeah, so along with Joanne's baby shower, what else did I have? Because there's like a few weekends that happened and I couldn't do anything. I know at one point, the week before Black Friday and the week of Black Friday, I was like, I just need to get through these 2 weeks in one piece and then I'll be fine. There's like a lot of last minute client work, so they come to me and be like, listen, are you able to do this today for tomorrow? And I was like, okay. So yeah, at one point I think I was doing like 2 jobs per day, sometimes 3 jobs per day. So it was full on, so I just didn't have the brain capacity. I was like, just get me there in one piece. And then so this week is like a little bit quieter, but like nicely quiet. I need to kind of be planning and stuff. And actually that's something else that I'm really looking forward to is, you know, the second half of December and then, you know, January, just planning and taking time, because I feel like I've learnings from this year's garden, like what do you call it, like season, that I want to take into next year's garden season. So we'll see if this actually happens. So you know the way I'm known for, I go into a garden centre, I like it, I want it, I buy it. Do you know? I'm gonna not do that next year. Maybe. I want to try not to do that next year. I would just like to have more of a plan of action. And so I think doing that, like I suppose the second half of December and then in January, will first of all give me a focus, like a garden related focus, because I'm not going to have any garden videos now probably until probably like late February, early March, whenever we start sowing seeds again, because all I have is like the small little greenhouse, the plastic one outside. And also, do you know what, if the weather is a bit mild in February, maybe I'll sow some seeds. Yeah, I think this can be a bleak time if you are so used to being out in the garden and if you're not able to, because the weather has just been shocking bad here. And I know I can go outside and garden like when it's raining, but I do like to film for you, so it's like trying to get that balance. But anyway, so yeah, I think planning for next year and deciding what I want to do, because I think what I'm going to do, this is subject to change, is, it's getting dark now, it better not rain, because I've been sitting here waffling. I think what I'm going to do is my veg beds outside, have them as like little cut flower beds, and then maybe do some veg in pots, because I do like doing veg in pots. And then it means like you know, if the family's coming over for barbecues or whatever, I can move the pots like down around the side of the house out of the way. But we'll see, subject to change. I have to think of my plan. I wonder if there's like an online course that you can do for like garden planning. But I'm going to finish off this, head outside, show you what's been happening in the garden. Not much, to be honest, it's December, but there's still colour outside. I can see it here. Okay, come on, but I'm gonna knock this back. So the garden is looking a little bit bleak, but in a few months we're gonna have some colour. But look, I still have colour here. Aren't they gorgeous? But I did hammer some of those earlier in the year. I'll link that video below. And look, we have a little rogue osteospermum. Love them. And we still have some blooms on the rose bush. Ooh. Oh, that is cold. Look, isn't that gorgeous? And look, my little Catherine Deneuve geranium is still flowering. I do want to give her more room next year. Look at this. Ooh. This is from another rose bush that Mum had, and I just planted like a little stick of it last year, or this year, sorry. And it's blooming now in December. Like the leeks are doing good. Oh my god, is those pea shoots? Oh my god, they are pea shoots. I'm gonna leave them and see what happens. I could see that Achillea out the back window, and I was like, what is that? Anyway, that's after coming up. That's gorgeous. The other ones that were there were kind of pink before. Oh cool, we've got some rose hips for the birds. So my apples didn't do great this year. Now maybe the pot is too small. That's it there, the pot behind there. Yeah, I need to rethink that. My salvia amistad is still going strong. That trailing, no, is it climbing petunia or trailing petunia? Still have a couple of blooms left. I know I show this every time, but it's this aster that has bloomed for ages. Like, so I've got two of them there. I wonder, can I divide that actually? Must look that up. So I have some there and some there as well, just in pots. And the Aranthinum is still going strong. Well, I say going strong. She's doing okay. I don't want to climb into the mud just yet, but like, can you see the buds on the hydrangea? See, spring, not spring is already happening, but its growth is coming. And also this one here, whatever tree this is, has little buds. Now speaking of growth, look what I noticed. So this is a pot that I planted up last year, this day last year, and so these long green ones are crocuses. I can't remember what's to the left of it. I don't know what those are, but we'll see. Look, there's more little daffodils. I think I'll weed that later. See right there? That is a little crocus shoot. There's more there. There's more there. These pots should be daffodils, and like in the past we've seen daffodils come up in that one, and actually I think in that one in like around Christmas. So we'll see what happens. I started off by organising the different packs of bulbs that I had. Didn't realise I had that many. And so this is mainly going to be alliums that I'm planting in this border. And I just love the colour, and also fritillaries. So when it comes to the bulbs, pointy side faces upwards. That's a little pointy there. And I just kind of picked nooks and crannies in this border to plant the different bulbs. Oh, I'm so excited. So with these ones, I just checked to see how high that they were going to grow, so that I could layer them, because I wanted to kind of put like a good few alliums in this area. And Catherine gave me that little tool for planting bulbs, I think last year, the year before. And this is my first time planting bulbs in a border. Usually I just do them in pots. But this little tool, I can't remember what it's called, probably a bulb planter, something simple like that, was perfect for this job, because it takes up the amount of soil that you need. You put the bulb in, put the soil back on top, happy days. I think that these are fritillaries, and when I went into the packet, some of them were a bit mouldy, so I wasn't able to plant as many as I wanted. That's my own fault for leaving it so long, but I just planted them in like a little section. And then for these ones, I think they're fritillaries as well, I did them in like a little semicircle, so that I don't want everything to look too kind of structured. I like a bit of wildness in the garden. That's actually very satisfying digging there. So I think what I might do is, I think I have room now between here and maybe here to plant a few damn things, crocuses. Some of these, so they grow 3 inches, that's okay. And yeah, so they're starting to sprout already, so hopefully that'll be okay. And do you know what I was thinking about doing? I have room here in the back, wherever what are these things called? Erigeron. That's what they're called. Oh my god, thank god I remembered. I put a few in here just to kind of go in amongst them. A little bit of interest. The sky looks so ominous, so I'm just going as fast as I can. But also, sorry, look at this. I want to bring out my new lens with that, and look, there's growth here. They're gorgeous hydrangeas. Okay, let's get back to business. I have literally only planted about 1/10 of the bulbs that I have. The crocuses were sprouting big time, so I couldn't wait to get these into the ground. I'm so excited. So I did these in like little clumps. So I think I did maybe 2 or 3 clumps of these, maybe. Oh my god, I feel like it was ages ago that I can't even remember. But again, it was really nice to kind of put my hands in the soil. I know I had gloves on. You know me, I don't like usually wearing gloves, but for this, it was a messy job. But I'm excited because I think these are going to be one of the first things to start growing. Then in this pot, I planted a few extra alliums that I had. I think these were like pink ones. I don't know the real name, but I'm excited. I just thought they would go nice with there. Then for this veg bed, well, ex-veg bed, I decided that this was going to be my little tulip field. And then in the container at the end, I'm going to plant again more alliums. I decided to lay out all of the bulbs in the way that I wanted them to be planted. So in the right order, so that I wasn't going to be planting some and then forgetting where I planted some. That has known to have happened in the past. So I just laid everything out in a nice kind of even grid. And I found a few little extra kind of bulbs. They looked almost like garlic bulbs. I know alliums are part of the garlic family. So we'll see if anything comes up. I'll be able to look back and see what I planted where, and if I did get any of the little extra ones to show up. And yes, I'm very excited at this bed, because this is going to be my little ode to the fields of tulips in Amsterdam. And yes, I do have some carrots in there. I will be pulling them up. I did pull up a few while I was doing this for dinner. But at the moment now, outside, it's like my little fridge with the last few carrots. So I'll plant around them. It's no big deal. But this is a very satisfying thing to do. And I can't wait to look at these and to photograph them. Like, how gorgeous are they going to be? For this veg bed, I have my leeks in here, but I was like, remember my learning from France is that naked soil has no life. So I wanted to plant some more alliums in there. I can't even remember which ones. It'll be a surprise for me as well. And then for the final veg bed, rather than planting everything in a grid, I decided to plant it almost like in a semicircle. So I planted the tallest alliums in that back corner, and then as we approach the corner closest to the camera where my spade is, those are going to be the smallest bulbs and the smallest blooms. Ideally, technically, we'll see what happens, because You know, Mother Nature, she decides what's going to grow, how it's going to grow, how tall things are going to grow. But this is very satisfying to plant, to look at it being finished. And even though I'm going to be looking at a blank veg bed for a while, knowing that all of those bulbs are in there is going to make me... Did I plant them too close together? Quite probably. But sure, listen, it'll be grand. You're dirty, right? Is that better? Okay, so that was back-breaking work, but very satisfying, but also not that satisfying because you can't see anything that we've just done. But knowing that I've planted the future, hopefully. I can't wait to see how it all turns out now. And you know what? That's going to be something really nice to look forward to, you know, in the colder, bleaker months like January, February, where things just like, oh, nothing's happening. But hopefully I'm going to see some growth. Hopefully. I'll probably share more kind of garden stuff over on my garden Instagram. But I think right now, I think I could feel rain in the air. I'm just going to tidy up a little bit and then go in and have a cup of tea and lunch because I need a rest. But that was actually really enjoyable. And it was also good as well in the border over there to see how good the soil is from like mulching and that. Let's see if that back-breaking work is worth it in a few months. Oh.